All right, it is that time once again. Time to check in with our friends from Blush Exotic 9th Street downtown. We got a newcomer in studio, new friend that we're making today. It's our first time in Pittsburgh, so of course we want to be hospitable. We want to be nice because we're new neighbors, new friends. Maddy O'Reilly's here, and she's kind of a big deal. I don't know if you met Maddy O'Reilly yet,
You're gonna make me blush.
Oh, make her blush at Blush.
Yeah.
Well, we're just killing two birds here. But Maddy, here's some things that we want to talk about because I like to tell people that Blush Exotic only brings the best to town.
Yeah, I was actually in the dressing room looking at their calendar of all the girls that they have brought over the past couple of weeks, and they're unbelievable. Like, they're pulling in like some of the most amazing people that are in our industry.
But at the same time, up and comer that we have here in the chair, you've won a couple awards of your own. Now, we've had some award winners here from time to time, but you've won some awards of your own. So break that down for us. What have you been up to? You've been accepting some awards doing the fake pageant cry. Break it down for us.
So I am currently the 2015 Danny Girl of the Year, which was a really big deal because that's all fan powered. So everyone was voting, and I didn't really expect to win, and then everyone was just like, "Yay!" So
it's fan voting, which means you obviously have to have a lot of interaction with your fans, whether it's through social media, online, and what is a typical day for you as far as like interacting with fans on social media?
I try to respond to everyone that I can. Obviously, it's not always possible, but I try to interact as much as possible and follow fans and have conversations with them, make them feel special. Because when you do that, and then there's a fan competition that comes up, they're going to be, down for you to make sure that they're going to vote and go all out for you. So it's really cool. And
it must be really cool for when you travel a lot too. If you're featured, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like, oh hey, I sent you a tweet.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Whatever, so.
Yeah, I already have people tweeting and tell me they're going to be at Blush Friday and Saturday night. So that's really cool.
You can follow her on Twitter. Maddy O'Reilly XXX is a Twitter handle. Of course, you can also go to Blush Exotic on Twitter. On Twitter also, you can get all the information there. And you've been here for a couple of days now. This is your third night in town?
Yeah, this will be my third night. I came in on Tuesday, and I'm really enjoying it. It's fucking awesome here. Like, I could live here. It's dope.
Now, the weather's been pretty good for the most part since you've been here, but this is your first time at Blush Exotic, and I don't know if they told you, Blush has undergone a bit of a facelift, so to speak, a bit of an adjustment the past few months or past year or so. A lot of remodeling done, and it's taken something that's already been pretty good and just made it that much better. What are your impressions of Blush Exotic so far?
Well, I haven't been feature dancing that long, but this is definitely the nicest club that I've ever stepped into. It's amazing. He's done a really good job with making that place feel like, that's where you want to go and spend your night. Like, it's amazing there. So
now, there's a lot of different things to check out. There's different floors at Blush. Of course, there's the main floor where the stage is. There's a VIP on the second floor, sports bar on the third floor. There's the private rooms. There's the champagne rooms. What have you checked out so far?
I've only made it to the second floor. I did the dressing room, and then I've been obviously downstairs and stuff.
You've been working.
Yeah,
huh? You got money to make.
Yeah.
She's got money to make.
But it's really nice, and the private rooms have been really nice, and he's killed it with the club.
This is a challenge I like to issue to each guest that comes in because this is something I've personally witnessed. I'm going to give you this challenge.
Okay.
Your challenge is to find the pillow room.
The pillow room.
There's a pillow room.
Why haven't I found this yet? I haven't even heard about it.
I was told. One of the girls came in. She told me, she goes, "There's a room with nothing but pillows." I'm going, wait a minute. Why have I never heard about this? And now that I've heard about it and I've seen it, I actually have evidence. I've seen it with my own eyes. So now I let everybody know, have you checked out the pillow room yet? And if they haven't, that's your new challenge is to go and find it.
I'm going to go check that out.
It is a very, very amazing place.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's just for those who don't understand what I'm talking about, it's a room just filled with pillows. Nothing else, just pillows. It's like a big old hammock. It's like a hammock of awesomeness. It's great. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you this, because you do a lot of work. You see, you haven't been feature dancing that long.
No, this is only my third gig.
But you've been doing a lot of video work these days.
I've done a lot of video.
Obviously you're working. What are some things you've been working on recently as far as video work?
Well, I shoot for everyone, so what I'm going to start doing really soon is coming up with the second submission, Maddy O'Reilly submission. It was a movie that I did last year, and it won Best BDSM Release this year at XBiz, and I directed it and starred in one of the scenes. So
you're starring in your own stuff, you're directing your own stuff, you're shooting with it.
You gotta do it all.
You're like a Swiss Army knife. You do everything.
Exactly.
Now, I know I've met a lot of girls that just enjoy being on screen. I know some girls that enjoy being on screen and directing. What is it about directing that's exciting for you?
I get to actually shoot content that I fantasize about. There's not a lot of BDSM movies that I would personally want to go out and buy, so I make them myself.
And I'm imagining that you have a say in the writing process too. You're writing.
Yeah. When I direct, it's completely me. I help with the camera. I'm still learning that part, but yeah, I come up with all the scene ideas, all the fantasies.
I imagine it's a little impossible to hold a camera in a scene that you're shooting,
exactly.
right? But once
POV.
But maybe once you figure it out, you'll have it down cold. If anybody can figure it out, it's Maddy O'Reilly. Of course, she's here all week at blushexotic.com. I mean, Blush Exotic, 9th Street downtown. Check them out online at blushexotic.com. Now, we talked about being able to dance and direct things like that. Your schedule must be jam-packed as far as doing a bunch of different things.
It's crazy, but I like it. I'm one of those people that thrive better when I have lots of stuff going on. If I have a lot of free time, I'm like, what do I do with myself? So I like to stay busy. It keeps things interesting.
Don't like being bored, huh?
No.
Got to stay on the grind and make the money. Understood. Yeah. And you mentioned that you're working with a lot of different places. So if you're kind of bouncing around, it means you're working with a lot of great people.
Yeah, also. I get some of the best people, man. Yeah.
Did you look over some of the schedule at Blush and say, "Oh yeah, there's so and so"?
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I love her. We've had sex a few times."
It's great because I meet girls that come in, and I might mention that, and we might talk about other people that are coming, like, "Oh, my friend so and so," and it kind of sets off an alarm in your mind because you hear that different actors work with each other, but you don't really maybe make the connection that you may have personal relationships as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All these people are, not only do we work together, I mean, we get naked and have sex together, but we're friends too. I mean, there's a lot more into that.
Yeah.
What's that dynamic like? I mean, obviously, it's one thing if a bunch of us guys are here at the studio, go out for a beer, whatever, we're talking about different things. What's that dynamic like when you're hanging out with other friends that are in the industry? I imagine it's much of a different dynamic.
Not really. A lot of people think that it's like, oh well, it's like it would be on set 24/7, even when you're not in front of the camera. But when the cameras stop rolling, we go back to being just your normal, average 20-somethings.
So you're just hanging around?
Just hanging around talking about, oh, did you see these shoes? Like stuff like that. Just typical girl
throwing
talk.
stuff at each other and, just burping and farting like always. Or maybe that's more me and my friends. I don't know. Maybe that's not you. But let me throw this out at you because it seems like you enjoy feature dancing, even though you've only been doing it for a little while. And Blush Exotic, their Twitter account, puts different pictures out. And you've been putting up pictures on Instagram also, and they've been retweeting them. So it looks like you're enjoying doing different things and kind of having, I want to say different formats to the process. So what's that been like as far as how do you put things together as far as what you're going to dance, like putting costume together, music, things like that? What do you usually go off of when you're doing things like that? Like, what's your thought process?
So my thought process is like, I want to, each time I hit the stage, like obviously have a different theme and have a different costume. I give like a different fantasy. One night I might be a barista. The next night I might be a nurse, A
barista? Like Starbucks guys.
Exactly. Last night
she's got something for you. And we've talked about this off air. She likes coffee. I like coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, Starbucks coffee guys. She can be a barista.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got everything. Now, in terms of all that, and it seems like you like to do a lot of different scenarios, different fantasies.
Yeah,
different
it's
people.
fun. I like to play a wide variety of characters.
So what's a general show watching Maddy O'Reilly like? What's that stage experience?
Well, I personally try to interact with every single person that's sitting by the stage. So I like to come to each person and give them their own little show and really involve the crowd, harass people's wives and girlfriends.
Not even fun if you can't harass the lady folk, right?
Exactly.
Now, this is one of my favorite questions. Is there any bit of a get weird factor?
No.
No get weird factor, just straight up
but I'm weird, though. I'm like the pervy weirdo myself, so maybe I don't see that. Like, I'm like, oh, cool, we're one and the same.
Like, oh, this is normal for me.
Yeah,
it's no big
totally,
deal.
yeah.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But all the same, so much to enjoy Maddy O'Reilly in town. She's here the rest of the week. Now, two shows each night the rest of the week?
2 shows each night.
So you got about 3 more chances because it's Thursday now, so you got 2 more chances tonight, 2 more Friday, 2 more Saturday to check her out at Blush Exotic, 9th Street downtown. Check them out online, blushexotic.com, or on Twitter, Blush Exotic. Check her out on Twitter, Maddy O'Reilly XXX.
Yep.
That's correct. She's on Instagram also. Plenty of chances to check her out. But come see her dance because why? It's fun and it's not weird for anybody.
No, it's a fucking awesome club. You won't be disappointed.
You heard what she said. I can only back that up. Maddy O'Reilly, Josh Taylor, TribLIVE Radio.
Thank you.